The Tudor dynasty conjures images of opulent courts and powerful monarchs. Henry VIII and Elizabeth I steered England through a golden age. Their reign is synonymous with England's rise to global prominence. But the path to the throne began with the abuse of a child, a dark secret that shaped generations. Margaret Beaufort, often overlooked, was central to this drama. Just 12, she was forced into marriage, a pawn in a political game. At 13, Margaret faced childbirth, a perilous ordeal that left her unable to bear more children. This event would have profound consequences for the English monarchy. From this suffering came a dynasty that would shape England. Margaret's ambition paved the way for her son Henry Tudor to claim the throne. Uncover the secrets and triumphs of the Tudor dynasty. Like and subscribe to discover the hidden truths that shaped their legacy. The year is 1455. England is being torn apart by the Wars of the Roses, a brutal conflict between two branches of the royal family, the House of Lancaster and the House of York. Amid this chaos is a young girl, Margaret Beaufort. She is no ordinary child. She is an heiress descended from King Edward III and holds a vast inheritance that makes her one of the most sought-after marriage prospects in the realm. But her life takes a dark turn when she catches the attention of Edmund Tudor, a man of ambition, 24 years old and determined to secure both her fortune and her bloodline. In the 15th century, it wasn't unusual for noble girls to be married young, but there was a crucial custom. If the bride was under the legal age of consent, the marriage was not consummated until she was older. This wasn't kindness, it was practicality. A girl's body wasn't ready for childbirth, and everyone knew the dangers. But Edmund Tudor ignored this. He consummated the marriage immediately, ensuring that any child born would secure his control over Margaret's wealth. Even by the standards of the Middle Ages, this was viewed by many as deeply wrong. Margaret Beaufort's life changed when she discovered she was pregnant at a young age. Pregnancy at that age carried enormous risk, and many young mothers didn't survive childbirth in those times. In 1457, inside Pembroke Castle, Margaret went into labour. The hours stretched into an eternity, each moment filled with excruciating pain. The labour was long, agonising, and almost fatal. After suffering, she gave birth to a boy, Henry Tudor, the future King Henry VII. Both mother and child barely survived the delivery. Historians believe the birth caused permanent internal injuries, leaving her unable to have more children. She lived until 66, witnessing her son's rise to the throne. Henry would remain her only child, a reminder of the perilous birth. Margaret's suffering was not over. Her husband, Edmund Tudor, had died of plague before Henry was born, leaving her a widowed teenage mother in a politically dangerous world. She was only 13, a child herself, yet now responsible for protecting the heir to a royal claim. Margaret navigated this treacherous political landscape with remarkable skill. She built alliances, negotiated her safety, and bided her time, always with one goal: to see her son crowned king. It would take nearly 30 years. Henry grew up mostly in exile, protected from the bloody wars raging in England. Margaret remained in England, surviving under rival rulers, always careful, always strategic. In 1485, their patience paid off. Henry returned to England, faced King Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth, and emerged victorious. With that victory, he became King Henry VII, the founder of the Tudor dynasty. But behind the crown was the shadow of how it all began, with a young girl forced into motherhood before her body was ready. Margaret never forgot what happened to her. When her granddaughter, Princess Margaret Tudor, was proposed for marriage at a young age, Margaret intervened, delaying the marriage until the girl was older. She was determined that no other girl in her family would suffer as she had. Still, the dynasty's very existence was built on her pain. Modern medical analysis confirms what medieval people suspected. Pregnancy and early adolescence caused life-threatening complications. Margaret Beaufort's survival was a rare exception. Many girls died before adulthood, victims of a system prioritizing power over well-being. Margaret's story reminds us that the pursuit of power often came at the expense of the vulnerable, especially children. Their lives were sacrificed for political gain. Even in the 1400s, some recognized the injustice of exploiting children. How many dynasties were built on the suffering of children? What steps can we take to ensure history never repeats itself? How can we protect children's rights and nurture their potential? This is a call to action. If you believe these truths deserve to be shared, please click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. The real history demands our attention and commitment to building a better future.